welcome back to the Kwentihan Podcast. And sorry, lahat kami pagod kasi ang dami lang namin ginagawa. Pero ayun na nga, chismis dito, chismis doon. Sa akin yun ang matatanggap. This is your girl, Gossip Girl.
Hello, good evening guys. This is Justin Macapallag, your boy pork barbecue from TikTok na intellectual sa umaga at makalat sa gabi.
At ayan guys, I am MJ Durante, ang pinaka-demure ng KTH team.
Anong HTV yan? So ayun na nga, for this episode, meron kaming inihandang guest and ano din siya, pinagandaan namin siya for like 2 to 3 weeks din. So there's a lot of process going on for this. And sana na magustuhan nyo. So pero kayo nga muna guys, anong muna mga ganap sa mga buhay ninyo? Kasi lahat tayo mukhang stress for today.
Sobrang init. Tapos ang daming klase ngayong buong araw na ito. Ang dami kong ginagawa. Kaya pagod na pagod. Pero
diba?
niraraos pa rin. Oo.
Ang init din kanina. Diyos ko, putang inang, sobrang init. Di ako pagkagising ko, basang-basa yung kama ko. Ikaw naman, MJ.
Sa akin, buong araw ako natulog. Like, pero hindi rin talaga effective yung tulog ko kasi sa sobrang init, nagigising din ako. Like, for the past week, sobrang hectic ng schedule ko. Ngayong araw lang siya lumuwag. Tapos, hindi ko rin siya nasulit. Kaya, medyo pagod din.
So, ayun na nga, kung nagtataka kayo kung wala si Miss Chet, kasi busy ulit siya sa kanyang internship. So, sana,
Saka sa kanyang mansyon.
Oo. Sana, mabiyayaan ka ng Panginoon dyan.
Miss Universe!
Oo, Miss Universe pala. Like, sayang talaga. Pero okay lang naman. Like, we are still so proud of you, Miss Rabia. Thank you so much for representing the Philippines. Kala mo naman, walang baka-expert na sa Miss Universe, alo?
Mahal na mahal pa rin namin, Miss Rabia.
Pero to be honest, sobrang disappointing ng Miss Universe this year. Pero understandable naman since pandemic. Pero
oo. Sayang kung wala sanang pandemic. Pero ayun, like, ang daming ganap sa Twitter dahil dun sa Miss Universe. Binabash nila yung Miss Universe ngayon, yung Miss Universe 2020. Oh, Miss Mexico ba? Binabash nila?
Yes, si Andrea Meza. Si Miss Andrea Meza from Mexico.
sinasabi nila, luto raw eh.
Pero di naman
Hindi
namin
natin
alam. Oo,
Hindi
wala.
tayo yung judges.
Wala lang.
Pero ayun.
Oo. So speaking of Miss Universe nga, meron kaming isang guest. Let's introduce our guest for tonight, for this episode. A writer para sa mga TV shows like Gandang Gabi Vice and The Boss, and also a contributor to the publications such as Esquire Philippines and Rappler, and also a content creator and host siya ng isang show called Threesome. Pwede niyo siya panoorin sa YouTube, Kumu, and Facebook. And siya ang pinaka-unang Miss Transglobal. Let's introduce Miss Mela Habijan sa pagbabalik ng
The Kwentihan Podcast.
So hi guys, nagbabalik ang The Kwentihan Podcast. So ayan na nga po, nandito po ang isang Miss Mela sa ating Kwentihan Podcast, and we are very honored po dahil nandito po kayo sa podcast namin, kasi hindi po talaga namin inaakala na makapag-invite po kami ng mga big guests dito, kasi this started lang parang trip lang namin po talaga. So ayun po.
Tapos nasabit lang po ako, ganun.
Opo, so ayun na nga po, Miss Mela. So ano po ang mga pinagkakaabalahan niyo po recently?
We have been busy. I didn't know I would be this busy kasi nga pandemic.
Opo.
Ang background no, yung trabaho ko prior to the pandemic, it involves gathering of people. I write for events and television shows. I also act for TV series and digital series. I also host events and mentor young writers. So lahat mayroong gathering of people. So nung nagkaroon ng pandemic, biglang wala akong work. So akala ko, tetenga ako, hindi ko alam kung ano mangyayari sa buhay ko, ganyan. So umiyak ako at the first month of being in lockdown. Iyak ako ng iyak kasi I didn't know what to do. Up until, yun nga, nagpakita sa akin ng liwanag si Lord Jesus Christ. Gumawa akong peanut butter. Pinagbenta ako ng peanut butter. And then, ang second manifestation was, nag-appear ang ad ng Miss Trans Global.
Mm.
So, nagsabi ako sa sarili ko na, sasali nga ako.
Mm.
So, I joined. I joined Miss Trans Global and then, I won. And then after that, things happened. Parang, nakapag-produce ako ng talk show where I interviewed personalities such as Vice President Leni Robredo, etc., etc. And then, nakapag-TED Talk ako sa Nepal. Ang dami nangyari. So, para sa akin yung theme ng pandemic, though it was challenging, it's really finding ways and opportunities for us to fulfill our dreams in the best way we can. So it is in these challenging times that we can also be whole and we can keep going, 'di ba? Maaari tayong magpatuloy at dahil may pag-asa parati, hindi 'yun mawawala. Hence now, continuous pa rin. We now have shared spaces on Twitter. I am soon to relaunch the peanut butter. I'm also soon to relaunch threesome. And then we'll see where 2021 leads us. Kung nung March, April of 2020, kabado ako. Medyo kabado pa rin ako ngayong 2021 because there is uncertainty. But nagkaroon talaga ako ng lakas ng paniniwala na maaaring matupad ang mga pangarap even in these challenging times.
That's a good thing na po, Miss Mela, kasi at least parang na-figure out nyo kung paano i-navigate yung quarantine. Kasi ngayon parang nahihirapan pa din po talaga ako. And since sabi niyo po, Miss Mela, na you won the Trans Global, parang ano po sa tingin niyo yung pag-progress dito sa country? Ano yung mga key points na kailangan ng LGBTQ community as of now? Especially po sa mga trans like you po, Miss Mela. Ano po sa inyo yung key points na kailangan ma-progress pa natin?
Ang dami. Marami pa tayong dapat gawin, Justin, Quen, and MJ. Kasi technically, well, today, we had a very, very frustrating news. A trans sibling was killed today. A week ago, we were barred by a resort from entering their premises because to them, they don't have amenities for trans women. And these are manifestations on how we are seen by the society. We're just merely seen as outsiders who do not deserve to be included. 'Di ba? Na parang sa mga tao na hindi trans, sa isang daang establishmento, maaari silang makapasok doon sa isang daang establishmento ng malaya. Pero kaming trans, dahil trans kami, sa 100 na yon, pwedeng 75, pwedeng 50, pwedeng 25. Worse, pwedeng wala kaming pwedeng pasukan just because we're trans. Worst, pinapatay kami. Diba? Nang walang pasubali. And this is not the first case that a trans person was killed. There have been many accounted cases of trans killings, of hate crimes. And this is somehow a reflection of how transgender people are received in the society. At masakit yun para sa akin. Kaya, importante ang palagiang pagsasalita, ang palagiang pakikipag-usap, the continuous pleading to the passage of the SOGI Equality Bill. We appeal to the public, more so to our lawmakers to prioritize the SOGI Equality Bill because it is a protection for every single person who is discriminated just because of their SOGI. At malaking proteksyon ito para sa mga kagaya kong bahagi ng LGBTQ+ community. Kasi ang pinaka madalas na diskriminasyon ay nararanasan ng mga miyembro ng aming komunidad. So, there is really more work to do, and personally, I commit to not give up on this fight because I want to experience that world in which I won't be questioned anymore.
Opo.
It won't happen in my lifetime. It may not happen in my lifetime, but I am hopeful that the next generation of LGBTQ plus people will be liberated from oppression.
Opo.
Ano po kaya, saan niyo po nakikita yung pinaka-root cause? Bakit po kaya ganun yung mga tao sa community natin?
Marami. Una na dyan ang kasaysayan. Binura tayo ng kasaysayan. At ito ay idinulot ng pananakop. Diba? The colonization of the Spaniards
Yes po.
actually erased the LGBTQ plus identity in the history of this country. Kasi to them, binary lang ang concept ng gender. Diba? Lalaki at babae. At saan yun reflected? Sa Biblia. So religion was also and has been a strong force into this erasure. Pansin pa rin naman natin hanggang ngayon, ang mga panabla sa komunidad natin ay Biblia,
Opo,
Bible
yun pa rin.
verses. And our argument will always be if we try to look into the message of the Bible, of Christianity, more so of Jesus' life, it is reiterated that love should be the central force in the world. And
I
love
agree.
doesn't support hatred. It doesn't support oppression. It doesn't support discrimination. Anything that belittles another person isn't love. So yun
I
yung
agree.
dapat nating alalahanin. So sa bawat bato ng Bible verse saying, hindi ka nilikha ng Diyos, we can always attest, I was made beautifully by God. And I'm here because I am love. And I speak the language of my God.
Opo. So,
Kaya-
Miss Mela, meron po akong follow-up question. Kasi recently sa TikTok, nagkakaroon ng parang issue tungkol sa transgender women regarding sa participation nila sa sports.
Oo.
Ang dami po namin nako-conversate tungkol dito along with Miss Rica and then Miss Sway Caniete. And ang hirap po kasi sa mga kabataan ngayon, sobrang hindi nila na-examine na mabuti yung cases ng transgenders to dissect yung mga transgender who transitioned early on in their life. Tas sa mga nagsa-start pa lang after puberty. Tas ginagawa nila na parang basta transgender ka, bawal ka mag-participate in women's sports. Ano po yung masasabi niyo tungkol doon? Kasi I think it's parang sobrang flawed nung argument na just because you're transgender, you're not a real woman. Hindi ka na pwede mag-participate sa women's sports. So ano pong masasabi niyo doon?
It is a trans person's right to play sports in the same manner that a cisgender person can play sports. Hindi dapat hadlang ang kasarian para matupad ko ang pangarap kong makapasok sa Olympics, matutong makapag-basketball, makapag-volleyball, makatakbo sa track and field because sports is considered to be an inclusive space. Sports was created to celebrate strength, to celebrate abilities of a human being, to celebrate the capacity of a person to be better, to beat their records. So it is somehow an arena for us to be better. And being better doesn't mean just merely flaunting your gender, but it is through an exercise and consistency of practice, of determination, of wanting to be a champion in a specific field that you want to be in. Ang husay ko sa paglalaro ng specific sports will never depend on my gender, but rather on my training level. I can be strong because I consistently trained from day 0 down to the day of my competition. Just like singing, I can be a diva because I trained myself to be a diva. Just like painting, I can be as good as Van Gogh because every day I see to it that I practice my art. So it's just the same. Being an athlete is also a talent that can be honed through training. And that is not equal with my gender. So transgender people have the right to play any sports they want.
Last follow-up ko po sana sa question na ito. Kasi ano po, gumawa din po akong video about this sa TikTok. Ikaw din ba, Justin? Gumawa ka din ba?
Puro replies lang ako sa
Ayun.
comments.
Ano kasi po, like meron kasi gumawa ng video na dapat makasali ang mga trans sa mga sports sa like trans women sa mga cis women sports. Tapos may nag disagree. So parang nirebat ko. Tapos yung nirebat ko, ang dami kasing ang daming nagdi-disagree na may mga ad hominems. Like for example, ang sabi sa akin, iba talaga pag alphabet community. Ano talaga, iyakin talaga pag part ng community na ito. So, ano po kaya ang masasabi nyo sa mga ganong tao na parang, alam nyo, parang napaka exposed nung pagiging homophobic nila or pagiging yung discrimination sa community natin without them even realizing.
May God bless them with wisdom.
Tama.
Wisdom to be open-minded and to just simply accept the fact that the world is diverse and diversity is beautiful. So sana makuha nila yung wisdom from God. So God bless them.
Tama.
Ayun. Tsaka kasi I agree na homophobia talaga isn't natural. It's taught talaga. It's ingrained sa child. So, let's change that na lang sa generation natin.
I think talaga dapat yung milyo ng mga tao, like especially sa susunod na generation, like ayun talaga yung ma-improve. Like yung mga learnings talaga. Pero sige, MJ, ikaw. Sorry for interrupting.
Hearing from wait.
Ayaw mo yan, MJ. Ayaw mo yan.
Bakit ka kinakabahan?
Hindi po talaga ako yung host dito, joke. Cut na lang natin yun. Cut na lang. Ito na. Hearing those discrimination stories na nangyari sa community, me as the part of LGBT community, hindi lang sa being part of the LGBT, bilang tao na lang din, na parang dito talaga parang lalong tumibay yung yung paniniwala ko na kailangang ipasa yung SOGI bill. Like kasi yung SOGI bill hindi lang siya for LGBT community. For lahat kasi ng tao may SOGI kahit straight ka. So dito talaga parang lalo ako na-convince sa sinabi ni Miss Mela sa lahat ng kwento niya na kailangan nating ipasa yung SOGI, ituro sa mga bata yung SOGI at saka ituro na hindi maging homophobic. Kasi sabi nga ni Justin, yung pagiging homophobic, parang engraved siya. Hindi siya
it's taught. Hindi siya natural.
Taught siya. Hindi siya natural. Yun lang yung intake ko dun sa part na yun. Kasi masyado akong na-touch dun sa mga sinabi ni Miss Mela. Ayan. So, ito po yung next question namin. So, you are the first Filipina who won the Miss Trans Global title or the first ever Miss Trans Global title. How was the journey po? Given lalo na ngayong pandemic, ganun, how was the journey of being Miss Trans Global?
It has been one of a kind. I've never been this happy because so many things have happened after I transitioned. I mean, I am at my happiest because I finally owned who I am. More so, my being trans allowed me to fulfill so many dreams I never expected to have happened in this chapter of my life. Because as a kid, I've always wanted to be Miss Universe. Pero sasabihan ka ng mga tito mo na hindi ka pwedeng maging Miss Universe kasi hindi ka naman babae. Diba? Pero nung nabuo ko sa loob ko yung pagkababae ko at talagang inangkin ko ng buong buo at walang pag-aalinlangan, dumating yung mga pagkakataon na hinintay ko, na pinangarap ko, na ibinulong ko sa Panginoon ko. And now that I became a pageant queen, I am using it to my advantage so that I can represent my trans community and our LGBTQ plus community in the world stage. Kasi ang dami-daming kailangang pag-usapan. And in the last 7 months that I have been fulfilling my reign, I am happy to have met so many people online because that gave me an opportunity to open the conversation about trans issues. Mas lumawak yung network ko, mas narinig ako ng mga tao tungkol sa pakikipaglaban ko. More and more multinational companies are inviting me to speak about trans experiences. And then, meron ako mga local companies na nakausap. Recently, isang nationwide company, local-based, ang nagkaroon ng conversation with me. And I affected the policy making to accept trans people, more so to create policies that will protect us, our community. And that's already a huge thing for me. Kasi ibig sabihin, may nagagawa yung titulo. More so, ako bilang tagapaghawak nitong titulo na ito, masasabi kong ginagamit ko siya para mas mapaganda at mapabuti ang kalagayan ng bawat isa sa atin. And I couldn't be more thankful. The fact that I'm talking to you for today is a beautiful thing. I mean, I never knew of you up until nag-reach out sa akin si Jimwell. Hindi ko pa rin naman nakikilala si Jimwell, pero ito tayo ngayon. And I consider you as my anak. Diba? You can call me Mama Mela from this day on. And I would be more than happy to have you as my children. Because what I'm doing right now is for you.
Kasi in some way, makaka-reach po kami ng audience. For them to listen po sa messages nyo. Kasi actually, na-experience ko po talaga yung even sa household, ang dami pang mga kailangan baguhin sa kung paano tratuhin yung transgender. Tapos, although wala pa kaming masyadong nakaka-interact or wala pang ako nakikita na problematic nangyayari sa household, parang by talking to the people around me, naisip ko na grabe ang misinformed pala. Tapos ang dami pang work na mangyayari. Kaya, sobrang thank you pwede ko tong ipapanood sa kanila. My conversation with someone who's trans. It could open their eyes. Ganun po.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That would mean the world to me because that's what is needed to amplify the conversation. Kasi hindi naman ako laging present. Hindi naman ako si God na omnipresent at kaya kong kausapin lahat. Pero yung conversation na ito ay pwede nating maiparinig sa iba para kung ano man ang kasalukuyan nilang pagtingin sa LGBTQ plus community at laging ganon yung pagsasabi ko na ako hindi lang trans. Tayo hindi lang bahagi ng LGBTQ plus community. Tayo ang mukha nito. Kaya anuman ang gawin ninyo sa pang-araw-araw ninyong pamumuhay ay refleksyon ng kung paano ninyo mababago ang pagtingin sa atin ng iba. Kaya kung meron silang masamang pagtingin sa atin, galingan natin sa buhay. Para pag ginalingan natin, ang makikita nila sa atin, uy, ang husay nila. At doon tatatak na mahusay ang LGBTQ plus community. They mean well. They do well. They do great things. So, anything that you do with your life and with other people will also affect how they think of us. And I will
Yes.
never get tired of telling you that. Kasi ngayong bata kayo, unti-unti ninyong hinahanap ang inyong mga sarili. Pero pag hahanap nyo na siya, mas magiging handa kayo sa mundong to at asahan ninyo na maraming taong may impluwensyahan ninyo because you did things not just for yourself but for the members of our community.
And add ko lang din po na we do the podcast po para din po to educate people about the things po na nangyayari ngayon. Like lalo na po sa community and sa social issues po. So Miss Mel, I have follow-up question kasi po kanina you mentioned na gusto mo maging Miss Universe, like lahat ng batang bakla gusto yon. Like pinangarap na lahat ng baklang bata pinangarap na maging Miss Universe na rumampa. And with that po, I just want to hear your story po from childhood po kung paano yung transition nyo.
Sapat ba ang oras?
Sapat ko ang oras, bibigyan ko po.
Mama, kwento ko ha.
Kasi po sobrang inspiring ng mga ganyang kwento, like kasi po alam natin na sa Filipino family or sa Filipino household, ang hirap tanggapin, like sobrang nakaka-relate po na ang hirap tanggapin ng mga baklang mga anak, galon.
Kahit yung mga highlights lang, ganun. Highlights.
Mga highlights lang.
Pero mahalagang pag-isipan natin yung tanong na bakit kaya hirap ang mga magulang na tanggapin? Saan kaya nanggagaling yon? Kasi maaaring ang sagot ay nanggagaling siguro yun sa takot na mapahamak tayo o maaaring nanggagaling din yon sa takot na mapahiya dahil bakla, tomboy, trans ang kanilang anak na sasabihin sa kanilang mundo, masama kang magulang. At yun yung mga bagay na dapat nating nababago. And I saw how beautiful it is to be accepted by my parents. Kaya ang laki-laki ng utang na loob ko sa aking mga magulang dahil hindi nila ako trinato bilang iba. Kaya patuloy sa akin yung pagsasalita sa mga magulang na nakikinig at makikinig ng podcast na ito. At kung kayo man ay magiging magulang in the future, napakahalaga ng pagtanggap para sa isang LGBTQ plus kid. Kasi ibig sabihin nito na bubuhay at mabubuhay sila sa pag-ibig. And when someone lives in love, he, she, and they won't be afraid anymore. Even if there are a lot of challenges in this world. Laging may tapang kasi masasaktan man tayo, tatayo tayo. Bakit? Kasi alam natin na sa gilid natin, may hawak ng kamay natin at magtatayo sa atin. At mga magulang natin yon.
I hope
and go ahead.
I hope na ito nga yung maging goal natin or maging endpoint is acceptance wouldn't be a goal anymore. Parang ano na lang siya, bare minimum or a given na kahit na sinabi mo na you're part of the LGBT community, they would say na, okay, parang we don't need to accept you kasi simulat sa pool, you're already accepted. Parang you're born accepted. Parang bare minimum na lang siya. Parang gusto ko yun yung goal in the future na hindi na kailangan mag-come out ng mga tao. Parang it's just parang nangyari na lang siya. You're part of the LGBTQ. Tapos yung usapan. Parang sinabi mo lang, parang you are the way you're supposed to be nung pagkapanganak mo or even years after mo makapanganak, tapos ma-discover mo na you're gay or you're bi. Parang pwede mo sabihin na, okay, ganito ako. Tapos your parents would just be like, okay. Tapos yun lang. Wala nang conversation na tanggap ka namin, mahirap, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi parang, ano pa, parang nagkakaroon pa ng, anong tawag doon? Parang, um,
Usapan.
oo, parang usapan na
Discuss.
compromise pa
Mm.
yung pag-accept nila sa'yo. So, ayun po.
Ako, Justin, gusto nga yung iangat a notch higher. Na parang
Ano?
pagsabihin natin na, I'm gay, I'm lesbian, I like men, I see myself as a woman. Maghanda kayo.
Ay.
Diba?
Oo, maganda po.
Celebrate na parang, oh my God! Bakla yung anak ko, halika magkainan tayong lahat. Diba? Ay,
Oo.
trans yung anak ko, let's go! Diba? Parang, it's worth celebrating. Na parang, because it's self-discovery. It is an
Ano po?
achievement to discover a person's truth. So, and every achievement must be celebrated. Hindi lang siya fact. Ayoko siyang maging fact na bigla na lang dadaan na parang, okay, bakla siya. Okay, go. But it's something na, it's a fact and it made me happy. Diba?
I think that's better.
This fact made me happy. So let us celebrate it because it is an achievement. There is self-discovery and there is self-actualization after the realization and affirmation of one's gender and sexuality. And I guess I can attest to that. Dahil sa 2 beses na nag-come out ako, laging merong language of celebration. Diba? 4 years old ako, I knew I was different because I already wanted to be Miss Universe. I had an affinity with queens and I wanted to be a queen. I wanted to wear that sash. 1991, I was able to see my first Miss Universe on television. It was Miss Mexico, Lupita Jones, who won that year. And I wanted to be her. Tapos, sasabihin sa'yo ng mga tito mo, hindi ka pwede kasi boy ka nga eh. Ang pala ako sa bahay noon was boy. Sabihin nila, kaya nga boy yung tawag sa'yo, di ba? Kasi boy ka. So, okay, that frustrated me. That broke my heart actually. Kasi parang, hindi ko matutupad yung pangarap ko. Sabi na nanay ko, I need to dream big. Yun yung laging sinasabi sa akin ng nanay ko. Even up until today, sabi lagi niyang nire-remind, never stop dreaming big. Because if your dreams are big, if your dreams make you fear about fulfilling them, it means you'll give anything you can just to simply get there. So, along the way, alam ko na sa sarili kong iba ako. But syempre, because there is fear, instigated na parang mali ba yung nararamdaman ko? Mali ba yung pagtingin ko sa sarili ko? And then, attraction came in. Nagka-crush ako sa mga kaklase kong lalaki. So, alam ko na parang, during that time, kasi wala namang trans. Okay, I'm bakla. So, ganyan. Okay, bakla. Pero syempre, yung takot mo, yung tatay ko, principal ng school, yung nanay ko, teacher, ano na lang sasabihin sa kanilang ibang tao, ganyan. So, you'll repress it. You'll try to be quiet. So, I grew up quiet. But, sabi ko sa sarili ko, for me, not to be disrespected, I needed an edge. So, I had to be smart. Kailangan ako yung pinakamatalino sa klase. I needed that as my defense mechanism. So, ginalingan ko sa pag-aaral. Graduate ako with honors. Valedictorian ako. Nakakuha ako ng scholarship sa Ateneo. Ganyan. So, yung ganung levels, I was really a fighter. Because I knew that deep within me, once na nakita nila yung bakla, ay akalain nila mahina ako. Kasi yun yung notion ng bakla before. Diba? Na mahina. But then, bigla ko na-realize na may org kami noon dati sa Ateneo High School. Ang pangalan niya Akay. Tapos karamihan sa members noon, mga bakla. Tapos nagbibiroan kami. Sabi niya, alam ko na ibig sabihin ng Akay. Ang kabaklaan ay yaman. So, nagtatawanan. Pero alam mo, yung recall nun sa akin, ang lakas ng impact. Kasi oo nga, no, kayamanan ng pagiging bakla. Bakit ba natin tinitignan ang kabaklaan bilang kahinaan? Eh, yaman siya. Okay. And then, dumating sa point na nahuli ako ng tatay ko. So, kailangan ko na mag-come out. In a phone conversation, narinig niya na pinag-uusapan namin ay si Regine Velasquez at yung mga gwapo sa Ateneo High School. So, sabi ko, wala na akong kawala. Kailangan ko nang i-affirm at mag-come out. And then, nung moment na yun na nagkaroon kami ng confrontation ng tatay ko, ang sinabi niya lang sa akin, ano naman kung bakla ka?
Sana all.
Diba? Yun yung,
sana Miss Mela.
it was such a powerful language. Kaya nga sasabihin ko sa inyo, ano naman kung bakla kayo? Ano naman kung bakla tayo? Ano naman kung LGBTQ+ tayo? Gawin yung paulit-ulit na mantra yan. Kasi yun yung mag-a-affirm sa sarili nyo na walang mali sa atin. Walang mali sa atin. In fact, ang ganda-ganda ng pagkatao natin. And after that, nagpa-deliver ng tatay ko ng chowky.
Sana all.
We ate after. Kaya dun yung hugot ko na we need to celebrate.
Celebrate talaga.
Diba? Because it's worth celebrating.
Kasi,
And even when I came out as a trans person, it was on my birthday. So, it was celebratory on my end. The day before, sorry, pinutol muna kita.
It's okay.
But you were about to say anything. May pagpapatuloy ka naman later.
Apo. Mamaya na lang po.
Sige, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Parang, para sa akin kasi, straight people don't have to go through parang the struggle. Siguro, of parang realizing na magtago, ganyan, to suppress feelings. Parang from the start kasi, if they're straight, parang okay, straight ka na. As long as ma-realize na di sila straight. Pero other than that, parang they really don't go through the same struggles as we do. So, kailangan mag-celebrate po talaga.
So, you see how boring their life is? Walang milestone. Kasi di ba, parang pag ganun lang, okay, how boring can that be? Then, not to demean them.
Ang saya-saya kaya. Ang saya-saya maging bakla.
Yeah, ang saya maging bakla.
Masaya maging ikaw. Whether you're straight,
better,
you're gay, you're part of the community, you're confused, walang ibang sasarapan na maging totoong ikaw. So I also celebrate them straight people. Because they're being real too. Diba? More so if they become great parents to their children, then
and great
so
allies.
Be it. Great allies, then so be it. Diba? And so are LGBTQ+ people. If we become parents ourselves, I celebrate with you. Diba?
Straight ka, yes, celebrate tayo.
Celebrate natin yan. Because gender is beautiful.
Add ko lang
din po dun sa...
sige,
mag-add kayo parehas.
Sige, ako muna. Kasi syempre, nakarelate po ako sa kwento ninyo kasi as a bisexual, or I'm still finding myself kung bi ba or what. Pero ganun, as a bisexual, like nung high school, especially nung high school, kasi lagi ako nabubully doon. Like parang 'di ba lagi nga ako nabubully. Parang ayun yung naging reason ko kung bakit ko gusto maging honors. So ayun naman, at the end naman naging high honors ako. Pero at the same time, parang I'm proud na nagiging progressive na yung society natin. Pero parang nasabi ko na yata sa previous ep. Pero parang sana hindi maranasan ng future generation yung mga naranasan ng mga prior sa kanila. Like for me, for example, ako nung prom, nung parang may gusto kong isayaw, nag-wonder ako kasi napanood ko yung guys sa pelikula, which is napakaganda. So parang napaisip ako, bakit kaya nung prom namin, bakit parang hindi ko nasayaw yung gusto kong isayaw na lalaki? Bakit parang yung mga straight lang yung straight lang yung masaya that time. Kasi I remember, parang ang lungkot ko talaga nung prom. So parang sana hindi na nila maranasan yung mga naranasan natin na parang na discrimination talaga. Sana talaga sa future maging more acceptable na sa mga part ng community natin. Pero ikaw, MJ?
Sa akin, yung sa pagiging achiever ni Miss Mela. Kasi di ba kailangan niya pang patunayan yung sarili niya sa pagiging achiever. Which is nakaka-relate ako doon. Like, sinikap kong maging achiever. Tapos, there are times na parang nakakain na ako nung sinasabi nila na ay walang mararating yan kasi bakla yan, ganun. Di ba parang hindi ko na alam yung sarili ko that time na dumating din sa point na nag-explore ako sa babae kasi the society says na walang
Same!
mararating yung
Same, te! Kaya
society,
hindi ko gusto.
society yung nagdikta eh. Lalaki kang pinanganak, kailangan babae ang jowa mo, ganun. So, kailangan ko mag-explore kung ano ba talaga ako and dumating talaga sa time na parang walang mararating. Parang wala na rin ako mararating, gano'n. And then eventually as I grew up, like nung nag-Manila ako for studies, doon ko lang din na-realize kasi masyadong Manila medyo diverse na yung school ko, medyo diverse na, tanggap na yung LGBTQ, ganun. Sa PUP, hello PUP na medyo I can say gano'n, na safe space for LGBT. And ayun, doon ko lang na-discover na, oo, society lang, doon ko lang society lang yung nagdidikta nun eh. Hindi parang society lang yung nagseset ng standard na gano'n. Pero you can do better, you can do great things kahit sino ka pa, gano'n. And I hope dumating yung time na hindi na natin kailangang patunayan yung sarili natin through achievements and yung hindi na natin kailangan patunayan sa sarili natin sa pamamagitan ng mga honors and such. Yun lang.
Pero napansin niyo, ngayon ko lang siya napansin. Ang gagaling pala natin lahat, 'di ba? Lahat tayo scholar. 'Di ba? Lahat tayo scholar, 'di ba? Ang galing pala natin talaga. Pero
celebrate.
Tapos
Wow!
sasabihin tayo tingnan mga bakla. Ay,
Oo.
ako. Char.
Ngayon ko lang
Meron!
Tingnan si Miss Mela.
Meron at
ang dami natin na darating. Totoo, ang dami nating achievements, 'di ba? Bakit dina-downplay pa din tayo ng iba? Like, wag naman po kayong ganon. Pero ayun po. So, let's move on na nga po for the next question. So, for, di ba, po nga po kayo, the very first Miss Trans Global. So, what lessons did you learn po from the pageants na you can apply in real life po?
Ang dami. First, dreams do come true. It will come true, most especially if you work hard for them, if you pray harder for them, and if you work with the people who matter to you the most. I was with my family in that journey, and I guess that brought me joy. Two, if you have a great motivation, you'll always be proud of yourself regardless of the outcome. Ako ang mindset ko lang noon, I just wanted to represent the Philippines well. Whether I win or not, I just wanted to make the Philippines proud. And that inspired me to be better in each and every presentation that I did. Kasi recorded yung video eh. Diba? So, pag contest kasi ang mindset, kailangan ko manalo. Which is a good mindset. However, sometimes it gets the best of you because you're so focused on winning and not simply enjoying each and every step along the process. And every time I just release a video, submit a video, it's just, did I make my country proud? Did I make myself proud?
I'm sure
Yun lang yung assessment ko parate. Kasi proseso naman siya eh. Isa siyang, it was a 2 month process. And then when I won, it was really sweet. Diba? It was really, really sweet. More so, I was holding the hands of my siblings during the announcement. So parang sabi ko, yung moment na yon was so satisfying kasi ang una kong nayakap ay pamilya ko. Diba? We all jumped out of joy. Diba? And nagbunga lahat ng paghihirap, ng pagsasama-sama namin. At nakita ko ng pag-ibig in my win. Kasi kasama ko yung buo kong pamilya during that journey. And now I guess itong reign ko na ito is becoming more and more valuable each day because I know that being Miss Trans Global is really beyond the title. It has given me the capacity to stand my ground, be affirmative of my causes, and learn from my community as I interact with them, as I get to know more people, and get introduced into different experiences. Kasi ang karanasan ko ay limited. Pero pag binuksan ko yung sarili ko sa kwento ng iba, meron akong makikitang ibang perspektibo that will allow me to grow as an advocate and as Miss Trans Global. Most importantly, as a person. At pinanghahawakan ko yun. Kasi hindi lahat tayo pare-parehas ng karanasan. Kanina nga, kayo mismo nagsabi, sana all. Sana all, sana all. Diba? It's a manifestation na hindi lahat ay nakararanas ng pagtanggap ng pamilya. So, iba-iba tayo ng standpoint. But once we allow the conversation to just simply be a source of perspective, dun lumalawak ang mundo. At pinanghahawakan ko yon. So, now, I'm learning and constantly learning through just simply opening myself up to the world because it opens up to me.
I'm just amazed by your speech mo, Miss. Kasi parang right now I'm seeing a strong woman started to be a beacon of trans women. And
Thank
then
you.
nag-move siya outwards into a beacon of hope for the LGBT community. And now parang nagiging mas general na siya na when you're fighting for something, especially your own experiences or your cause, parang you're being a beacon of humanity na rin. In yung pinaka-encompassing sense niya. And
Thank you.
ayun po, parang sa akin din po kasi, Miss Mela, parang, ang dami ko pa rin nakikita na problems within the LGBT community. And personally, since ako po, parang I'm new to it pa lang since I identified that as straight, and it was only a couple years ago na realize ko na I wasn't straight. Tapos until now I'm still not conforming into any gender. Tas parang I'm still in the process of discovery na nakikita ko na dati I wasn't into effeminate case, and now starting to realize that na-attract ko sa nila. And then dati parang sobrang cloudy pa ng isip ko tungkol sa trans women na iniisip ko palagi, no, they were men before. Tas ngayon parang, no, I just see them as women. Tas parang the best thing pa na nangyari sa akin is magka-crush ako sa isa. Tas parang, I don't know, for some reason, parang na-validate yung humanity ko deep inside na I'm proud of myself kasi I understood pa. So, Miss Mela, the thing that I would like to ask you is, how would you like to explain siguro, in 3 ways, how would you like to explain to a 3-year-old child or 3 to 5 years old child, tapos into a teenager, tapos into a senior citizen, kung ano pa yung mali or pwede pang i-improve sa LGBT community?
That is a very interesting question. But first and foremost, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, so
You see, that there is really value in unlearning what we have been accustomed to.
Yes.
Ba? Kasi, yun naman talaga at the end of the day, meron lang tayong kinalakhang kultura
Oh.
na isinubo sa atin. Pero, along the way, yung kultura na yon, makikita natin na may kamalian.
Oh.
At yung kamalian yon, maaaring itama. So, to a 3-year-old, play with toys. Any type of toys. Can be a Barbie, can be a robot, can be a car. Play with them because they're just merely toys. Play with colors because colors have no gender. When they say you can't wear pink because you're a man, wear pink because pink is a beautiful color. When they say blue is for boys and you're a girl, you can say, I look beautiful in a blue shirt. Because after all, it's just merely a shirt that so happened to be blue. And blue is a color of royalty. Feel like a queen. You can be a king too. You can be a princess or a prince, whichever you want. So a 3-year-old, be creative. Imagine you are someone whom people think you cannot. Be the superhero that you want to be. Be the queen. Be a tree. Because that creativity will allow you to just simply be in touch with the world. And the world is beautiful when you make it your playground. Now, to a teenager, that's a beautiful stage to be at because that's your formative years. So be open to every single question that will come along your way. And do not be afraid if you think you cannot find the answer yet, because things will unfold. If you seem confused because there are things that are happening within you, enjoy that moment because that confusion will be cleared out as you experience life, as you interact with people around you. Yung takot naman na yun ay na-form lang ng turo ng mundo. Pero pwede mo yung mabago along the way kapag bukas ka. So just be open to the idea that there are so many questions in the world that are so hard to answer. But the answers will not just come in an instant. It will come through just merely experiencing life. And as soon as you get the answer, kumain ka ng Chowking. That's worth celebrating.
Oh.
And to our senior citizen, I just want to thank them because merely they're the reasons why we are here. The younger generations are here because of the experiences of the past generations. And we owe it to them why we are learning now. We owe it to them why we are evolving. We owe it to them why we question traditions, why we question certain portions of our culture, why we try to educate ourselves and be better. Because they are reflections of an evolving humanity. Without them, we cannot say, have we improved as a society? Have we improved as a person? Have we evolved? Kasi hindi natin makikita yon kung wala yung kultura nilang nakagisnan. Kaya, I guess, hindi natin sila dapat sisihin, kundi dapat natin silang pasalamatan. Pero sana, ngayong nagbubukas tayo ng mundo, ipakita natin din sa kanila at huwag tayong maging maramot sa kanila na ito po ang mga bagay na natutunan namin at gusto rin namin iparanas yun sa'yo. If they're not open with it, then so be it. As long as you just created the bridge and never broken them down. Because that's the key to understanding us. Thank you.
Grabe.
Ang ganda ng
Such
sagot.
a
Oh my
wonderful
God.
speech, grabe. Grabe, Miss Mela, from the start pa lang nung narinig ko yung 43-year-old na play with any toy. It hit me so
Grabe.
hard. It's really
Mm-mm.
beautiful. And salamat po,
Sobrang
sobra.
ganda, Miss Mela.
Napaka-emotional. Straight to the
Oo.
heart talaga tong episode na to. Kasi lalo na yung sinabi mo po, Miss Mela, yung toy. Like, nung natatandaan ko nung bata ko, like, may Barbie kasi yung best friend ko. Pero like, parang may nagpo-force sa akin na wag laruin kasi na parang naka-ingrain, sa brain ko, naka-step doon na, ay hindi, bawal maging bakla. Kasi natandaan ko, sabi sa akin ng tatay ko yata, ibibiting kita pati warik pag nalaman kong bakla. So parang, nung bata ko, ang dami ko din sanang na-experience na hindi ko na-experience dahil doon. Pero I'm glad na nabago yung mindset nila.
Pwede ka pa rin naman maglaro ng Barbie.
Yes.
Totoo.
Hindi pa huli ang lahat.
Oh.
Diba?
Thank you po talaga, Miss Mela.
Ryan, may kukwento lang sana po kasi parang sometime nag-scroll ako sa TikTok tas I saw this video na merong lumang picture of nakalagay dun sa caption gay sila. Tapos kailan ba yun? 1950s pa, sobrang luma na ng photo. Tapos bata pa sila noon. Tas yung only realization ko lang po is ngayon ko lang siya naramdaman since experiencing struggles of LGBT community being a new member myself. Parang, wow, it must have been really hard for them. Parang, I hope they're doing well ngayon and they could see the progress that we have made. That people like Miss Mela has contributed para ma-improve yung community. Kasi there's still a lot of work to do and we're only beginning to realize the intricacies of all the efforts, all the combined efforts na nag-manifest ngayon and up until this day. So, thank you so much, Miss Mela.
You are most welcome. Tulong-tulong tayo dito. Sabi nyo nga kanina sinabi ni JP na sana dumating yung panahon na hindi na ganito ang mundo. Ano man ang ginagawa natin ngayon will contribute to that. So never stop from doing those endeavors. And this endeavor that you're doing is contributing something towards that goal. This may look small, but again, big things start from small things.
That's right.
Thank you po
Right
talaga.
Yes po, thank you po. Sobrang nakaka-enlighten nung mga sinasabi ni Miss Mela. Like, from the very start ng interview hanggang dun sa ano yung masasabi niya. Like, alam mo na lahat yon na experience mo as bakla, ganun, as gay from the childhood. And still, we are still facing the struggles na kinakaharap natin, like discrimination. And for the younger generation, alam natin na hanggang ngayon, meron pa ring mga nakaka-experience nung gano'n na pagbata, kailangan ganito yung gawin mo. Kasi still, the society has to improve something sa usapin ng gender. Kailangan pa rin ng mga tao na hindi pa rin, alam natin hindi pa rin open ang lahat. Kaya kailangan natin na talagang isulong yung pagiging open.
Yeah.
Pagiging open. Ayan.
Ayan.
Ito na naiiyak ka, te.
Ito, one last realization for Miss Mela from me. Na-realize ko from this podcast session that Miss Mela doesn't deserve the Trans Global Crown, but instead, the crown deserves her.
Aww.
Yeah. I just realized that now kasi hearing this speech
Tama.
and everything.
Thank you.
Knowing
Thank you.
knowing yung mga ginagawa ni Miss Mela, like yung kwento niya yung mga ginagawa niya as reigning queen. Alam mo yung ikaw talaga yung queen
It wouldn't be Trans Global if it's not her.
And and ito yung first na like si Miss Mela yung first ever Miss Trans Global. Tama po ba ako?
Yes.
Yeah.
We made history. The Philippines is the
Oo.
first country to win Miss Trans Global. And siguro sabihin ko lang, I'm not always strong. There are moments that I feel tired. There are moments that I want to give up. There are moments that I really question why I'm doing this. What have I put myself into? But because I draw strength from people who cheer on me, like you, I am inspired to keep going.
Yan.
And trust me when I say this, I'll also give the same inspiration as you do your own endeavors. I will be here to support you because you are giving me something that I never thought I really deserve. You don't know me. Diba? Hindi naman talaga tayo magkakilala eh.
Opo.
But we are starting to get to know each other because we need to, because we are in the same team.
Yes, po.
I am your mama from this day on.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mama
po.
Mela.
Thank you, Mama. Oh my
Thank you,
God.
Mama Mela.
Nakakaiyak talaga. Pinitigilan ko na.
Oo. Kanina pa ako naiiyak like yung luha ko. Kasi, yung mga sinasabi ni Mela, ni Miss Mela, tanim kagad sa puso. Sorry. Ni Mama Mela, ganyan. Tanim kagad sa puso mo na, okay.
Opo.
Kasi ako, sa totoo lang, even though I'm gay and I'm part of the community, hindi ganun ka-broad yung knowledge ko about these things. And I am very much willing na matuto pa. And yung makausap ko si Miss Mela, sobrang nakakataba ng puso. Like, sino ako para ma-deserve yung ganong makarinig first hand nung mga ganong words ni Miss Mela.
Salamat. Uy, nag-enjoy ako.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you po
Nag-enjoy
talaga.
Thank you po so much. Opo.
Thank you po so much. Kasi 3 weeks din po namin to pinaghandaan. Kaya like worth it. Like di ko ina-expect na magiging ganito ka-emotional yung show. I mean yung episode na ito. And thank you po talaga Miss Mela for being in our podcast, for being in this episode. So yun na nga, nasagot na ni Miss Mela ang mga katanungan natin kay KTH team, and that's a wrap. Miss Mela, any final words po ba? You can promote your social media din po.
Opo.
We can always talk on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can just hit me a message at Miss Mela Habijan. Kailangan nating mag-usap lalo na sa panahon ngayon dahil importante na malaman natin ang pinanggagalingan ng bawat isa. Because if we know each other's stance, we begin to understand that we have shared experiences. At dahil sa shared experiences na yon, we know that we are in a relationship even if we don't know each other. Kasi ang laban mo ay laban natin dalawa. Hindi ka nag-iisa. So don't feel alone, and you have me. You have me whom you can talk to freely without any judgment. And if you think you're weak at this very moment, it's okay. Hindi naman tayo nagsisimulang malakas. In fact, kailangan natin ng tulong ng ating mga magulang nung tayo pinanganak sa mundong ibabaw. We needed them to take good care of us so that we can grow strong by the day. We needed them to feed us. We needed them to carry us. We needed them to help us and train us walk and do things on our own. So do not be afraid if you feel weak right now, because that weakness will just become better and better each day as long as you believe that there is someone holding your hand, and I am one of them. I will be holding your hand as soon as you're ready to walk on your own.
Thank you po so
Thank you so much, Miss
thank you
Mela.
po, Miss Mela.
You're
Iiyak ako
welcome.
after this. Iiyak ako.
Alam mo, pag si Miss Mela yung sumasagot, para siyang sumasagot ng Miss Universe question.
Oo.
Every time na magsasalita siya.
Kaya
It's a
nakakaba.
natural.
Pero
Ayun.
Miss
In-expect ko na magiging baklaan yung episode, pero mali ako eh. Like, sobrang nakaka-touch yung episode na to.
Ayun.
Miss Mela, you can promote po your social media accounts here.
Yun, nasabi ko na. Go lang. Oo,
Saan
it's
po
at
namin
Miss
kayo
Mela Habijan.
makakausap? Ayan.
Mela Habijan. Ayan.
At Miss Mela Habijan. Isa lang naman ang handle ko. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, hindi ako masyadong gumagawa ng videos ngayon kasi nga magulo ang mundo ng TikTok ngayon.
Totoo.
But you can just freely message me. Yan lang. Okay?
Opo. Yung message ko po na pag may mga gusto po kaming kasi aminin natin may mga struggles pa din talaga.
Oo naman. Hindi naman yan mauubos.
Mm-mm.
Kahit ako naman ngayon, ang dami-dami kong struggles ngayon. Ang dami ko pa rin insecurities ngayon that I'm trying to resolve. But that's how we survive each and every day. We just simply think, I think meron akong baby step na nagawa ngayong araw na ito. And that's already enough.
Thank you po so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Mela, for this session.
You're welcome. I enjoyed.
Endless thank you po talaga. And sana po, may God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you. I am accepting it. At itulungan nyo kayong pag-pray yung love life ko.
Sige lang po. Sige po. Pagdadasal ko po yan.
Miss Mela, sabay-sabay po tayo mag-pray para dyan.
Love life para sa lahat. Love life
JP
para
po
sa
may love
lahat.
life na.
Sa JP lang hindi. Meron na siya.
Ano
Good
ba?
for you. Good for you.
Jimwell.
I mean, it's okay to be single. It is
Yeah.
okay to be single.
And ayun na nga, let's wrap this up na nga. No? So ayan, once again, thank you po Miss Mela for joining at our podcast. And yeah guys, at 8 magbabalik ang
The Quintian Podcast.
Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on?
So ayun na nga guys, magbabalik ang
The Quintian Podcast.
So ayun na nga, thank you po kay Miss Mela for being in our podcast. So kayo ba guys, ano ba masasabi niyo? Kasi ako napaka-emotional. Ayun lang yung pumiyok akong leche. Pero ayun, napaka-emotional na lang nung episode na to para sa akin. Kayo ba?
Sobrang amazing nung episode na to. Sobrang amazing niya. Kasi hindi ko in-expect na ganun kalala yung magiging discussion. Like, limang questions lang. Imagine, 5 questions lang yung hinanda natin. Pero sobrang lawak nung napag-usapan natin. And yun, kahit yun lang ngayon. Kasi hindi naman natin kailangan, madami pang issues ang community na kailangan resolve. Pero yun, kahit yun lang muna yung pag-usapan natin, kahit unti-unti natin. Sobrang naging emotional din ako doon sa mga parts na mga kinukwento ni Miss Mela. Kasi naranasan ko, gano'n.
Tsaka, can we just talk about the way Miss Mela delivers her speech? As in,
Yes!
grabe. If you were someone to listen to her, feeling ko you'll just be caught in awe. Pero at the same time, syempre ang dami mong matutunan. Parang hands down.
Napakagaling.
Her speech
Every
is
time she talks,
superb.
every time she talks, para siyang sumasagot ng Miss Universe question. Like, impromptu lahat nung sagot, walang script. Tapos ang bilis pa nung utak ni Miss Melang mag-isip nung sagot sa lahat ng tanong.
Kaya parang parang napaghandandaan niya lahat, pero actually impromptu lang yung lahat. Ang galing.
Parang sinabi lang niya kanina that's such an interesting question. Tapos pagkatapos nun, meron na palang 5 minutes to 6 minutes speech.
Oo, ang galing. Ang galing niya sumagot. Sana all. Sana lang po talaga all. Pero thank you din pala kay Jimwell kasi siya nag-invite kay Miss Mela. Nandiyan si Jimwell.
Jimwell. Pakita mo yan.
Pakita ko yung bigla lumabas yung mukha niya sa
Yung katulad nun sa akin, hindi ako papayag. Nung latest, yung isang episode, nag-thank you lang ako, biglang sumama yung mukha ko. Akala ko di na yun kasama.
Parang asap. Ano ba yan? Pumiti.
Asap ko na nun.
Yung mga thanks to you, yung mga pag may birthday.
Oo. Yung nagpapan, tapos biglang may mga mukha.
Happy birthday sa'yo, MJ, kasi thank you po.
Ay, hindi. Actually, gano'n.
Ako lang ba naiingit palagi sa ASAP?
Kasi
Di ba every Sunday, parang may buffet sa kanila, ang daming pagkain.
Totoo ba? Tara, punta tayo ASAP. Punta tayo ASAP.
So, magtrabaho tayo sa ABS. ABS.
May magandang ABS.
Pag discover na kami dito.
Nakailang pasok na ako doon sa ABS. Ang ganda-ganda. Tsaka accommodating yung mga kakilala ko doon. Like, super. Pero ayun, sige, let's wrap this up. Ayun, thank you po talaga kay Miss Mela. So, thank you guys for listening to our podcast. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell para ma-notify kayo kung may lalabas sa podcast. Saka, tawag dito, follow nyo din kami sa Spotify. I mean, madami kaming listeners and viewers sa YouTube. Pero sa Spotify, guys, kailangan natin taasan para maging Spotify exclusive kami. Kasi ayun yung goal namin. Maging Spotify exclusive. Para may pera kami, di ba? Charot.
Para pwede na kaming mag-shoot na hindi namin pwede na kaming mag-shoot na hindi namin kailangan ayusin yung mukha namin.
Hoy, gagi, may highlights pa, kaya kailangan ayusin. So, ayun.
R.I.P. that.
Uy! Uy!
R.I.P. that pussy.
Ano ba yan?
Walang kalat this episode, Justin.
Ay, gusto ko gawin yung TikTok na R.I.P. the pussy. Tapos, ano pinakamahabang English word? Titik ko. I'm getting ripped.
Hindi pa rin tayo matapos-tapos sa pinaka-main.
Tangina ni Justin kasi pag lasing kung ano-ano sinasabi.
Oo
Kaya yung mga episode na talaga napaka-ani. Ay, episode 8 pala to. 5 episodes na lang kung mapapanood nyo to.
Kasi parang hindi na hindi na natin papalabas si Leonard. Wala na si Kuya Philip.
Hindi, next week
Pili ko ang tagal niya nang naghihintay ngayon.
Before this episode. Before this episode.
Philip. Tapos, episode 7, tayo lang ulit. Tapos, pang 8 na to. Ganun. Bali, para may... Episode 6 next week, di ba? Tapos may guest. Tapos, in episode 7, tayo lang ulit. Tapos, episode 8, ito. So, by the time na lumabas to, may 5 episodes na lang.
June na ba? June na lalabas to?
Kasi birthday ko
may type na dumating siya Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month kung June man ito ilalabas.
Happy Pride Month mga bakla, mga part na
ang episode na ito ay para sa lahat ng bakla out there, lahat ng part ng LGBT community. Ayan, sabi nga ni Miss Mela, let's celebrate life. Like, kapag nag-come out ka, i-chowking mo yan.
Tuloy lang ang laban.
Para sa mga bading, humayo kayo at magparami. Kahit na hindi tayo dada.
Kago.
Dadami tayo at dadami. Kahit hindi tayo.
Tuloy lang ang laban, mga bakla. So, ayun nga, let's wrap this up. Happy Pride Month. Wait lang. Anong date na ba bukas? 5.
22.
Episode 5. Ay, shit! Pang 40 yata ng June to, pero di ko alam. Pero sige, let's go. Pang kailan to? Pang 8 episode
June 5. Ay, June 12 pa lang. June 12. Happy Independence Day!
Happy Independence. Sige, end na natin. Ito, Diyos ko na, mapahaba na. Then that's it, guys. Ay, follow nyo kami sa Spotify. Please, makinig kayo sa Spotify, guys. Parang awa nyo na. Makinig po kayo sa Spotify. Kailangan namin maging Spotify exclusive para may pera kami. Charot lamang. And that's it, guys. This chismis dito, chismis doon. Sa akin yun ang matatanggap din sa girl, gossip girl.
And again,
Kabog talaga.
And again, ito na. And again, it's your boy Justin, Pork Barbecue on TikTok na makalat sa umaga. Ay, baliktad na. Saba. And then again, it's your boy Justin, Pork Barbecue on TikTok na intellectual sa umaga at makalat sa gabi.
Ipapakita ko to sa video, Jordan Sige, ganyan ko. Ipapakita ko yan sa video.
Kala mo
Kasama ko yan.
Jordan, mag-i-intro ka din. Wait lang.
Sige, ikaw na, MJ.
Mag-intro auto pala. And ayun guys, thank you sa panonood ng episode na ito. Ako si MJ Durante, ang pinaka-demure ng KTH.
Ulol! Shabu! Kanina H, KH. Kailan mo kompleto yung KTH?
Nakamute ka. Siraulo ka ba?
Bawal ata siya magsalita.
Oo.
Ayan, dahil hindi pwede magsalita si Jordan or bago ata siya magsalita. Ayan. Si Jordan Jimwell Jordan Salvador pala ang aming production head. Ayan.
Uy,
Yan, nakikita nyo siya sa
nakapasok yan sa anong entrance exam yun?
Tarlac State University
Oo.
and Nueva Ecija. Tama ba? Nueva Ecija, ano?
Gusto daw niya,
DLSU?
gusto, ulol DLSU.
De La Salle.
DLSU, Central Luzon.
DLSU.
CLSU kasi.
CLSU.
Gusto daw niya pong makapasok sa UPM, pero kung hindi daw siya makapasok, taga UPM na lang po yung papasok sa kanya.
Papasok sa kanya.
May matagal yung results ng UP. Diyan ako nakasarta nila. Na-cancel na yung application ko sa iba't ibang school. Di pa lumalabas.
Sa
Ayun.
UPM, wag po kayo mag-alala. Kasya kayo kay Jimwell.
Pasalat niya na naman.
Sinimulan mo, Justin, magkanat. Kami ang
Alright.
magtatapos.
RIP that pussy, yeah. I'm getting whipped. Ano yan? Ba't ka may hawak na
Light
ba?
bulb.
Nakashabu yun
ilaw talaga?
sa liwanag ng buhay. Liwanag ng buhay.
Ano natin to?
Ayun na nga, sige, thank you so much. And that is the 8th episode of the Kuntiang Podcast. Abangan nyo pa kasi may mga guests pa kami. And ayun. Abangan nyo din naman pag wala kaming guests. Ha? Kami yung
Sana.
kami
May
yung
mga
start ng
guests.
show na to. So,
May
ayun.
mga guys pa kami sana. Kaya sa may mga clout dyan, sa may mga ha-clout, yung mga
Oo.
mahihigitan si Miss Mela, kayo na lumapit sa amin.
Yan. Pakiko-ordinate na lang kay Mr. Justin Macapallag. Ayan. Pakiko-ordinate na lang. Chat nyo siya. Kasi kahit canceled, friend pa din ni Justin eh. Gagi, masali tayo sa issue ng mga ano. Masali tayo sa mga issue.
Kapiling, charot.
Gago.
Hoy, Jordan ka lang. Jordan, sasama namin.
Kasama
Kasama namin yan.
sa video, kala mo. Sige na, end na natin to. Bye, guys.
Alam mo,
Bye guys. Ingat. Love you all. Hoy, Jordan.
Bye.